Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Nokhud Offensive Mythic Dungeon. I'm going to show you what the boss mechanics look like and point out any tricky trash that might get you into trouble. This is the Dragonriding Dungeon, and you can do the first 3 bosses in any order that you like. Fly around on your dragon riding mount, and the updrafts will give you a boost when you need it. Head to the boss spots on the map and clear trash marked by yellow circles on your mini-map to activate the bosses. Just watch out for pesky patrols. There's a couple of things to watch for from the Centaur Trash that you'll find throughout the dungeon. Disruptive Shout interrupts you. You can interrupt it first. Rally the Clan is an AoE enrage worth stopping with a CC or something, and Multi-Shot is a frontal cone. Granyth is a perfectly good first boss to tackle. You don't have to, but I'm gonna. Shards of Stone is a bit of raid damage, nothing to worry about. Tectonic Stomp looks like this, everyone get out of the ring, and at 100 energy, Granyth starts Eruption. He winds up a big cast and then does pulsing raid damage that gets worse the longer it goes. To stop him, someone needs to click on a loaded Dragonkiller Lance. That stuns the boss, does 5% of his health, and stops his eruption. The lances will load on their own, and it will have a cogwheel icon when you mouse over it if it's ready to go. On Mythic, Saboteur ads will spawn and beeline for a lance to sabotage it. The ad cannot be tanked, it only wants to sabotage, so you need to slow, CC, and kill them before they disable your lances. Without those, you will super for sure die to Eruption. Moving ahead towards Raging Tempest, we've got these named Stormcaller ads. They have a big totem, just kill that first. In the Raging Tempest fight, zappy balls will spawn and head for the boss. If you touch one, you'll take some damage and get a stacking DPS and healing buff. Not bad. If one touches the boss, it hurts everybody and gives the boss a stacking damage buff. Not good. Basically, you want to eat orbs so that the boss doesn't. Lightning Strike puts out big rings to spread out with. You can clean up zappy balls with those rings if you like, just dodge the swirls. Raging Tempest will buff itself sometimes with Energy Surge, that can be removed with purges if you have any. And Electrical Storm is extra damage to just heal through in case your healer was getting bored. Besides that, do not leave the boss untanked and don't stand right underneath it. You've got this. Heading towards Tira and Maruk, there's a few things to interrupt from the trash. Dominate is a mind control, you definitely don't want that. Deathbolt Volley is pretty big damage, and that's worth a kick too. The Soul Harvester Trash will use Shatter Soul. If you get that, you want to run into your soul to get it back before it reaches the Soul Harvester. Hopefully on live servers it will be more obvious than this which soul is yours. Tira and Maruk do a little roleplay before you can engage them. Maybe have someone go near them to start that as soon as you can. Ancestral Bond means that on Mythic, if the bosses are more than 10 yards apart from each other, they do a lot more damage. Tank them together, which takes some doing since Tira jumps around a bunch. Each boss has a couple of mechanics and then a big one that they'll do at 100 energy. Tira will push players away from her bud with Repel and then channel Guardian Wind. Kick that to stop the wind. She'll also ping random damage out with Quickshot and jump around with Spirit Leap. At 100 energy, she will use her Gale Arrow, spawning tornadoes from each player, spread out to make those easier to dodge. On Mythic, they'll travel out and then work their way back to where they started, so everyone may as well just move. Maruk will brutalize his tank for big physical damage, definitely mitigate that. He'll Frightful Roar in a ring around him, fearing anyone caught inside, scoot out of that. And at 100 energy, he'll use Earth Splitter, sending lines of shockwaves towards players every couple of seconds. Move. On Mythic, those leave ouchy puddles on the ground, so think about where you're standing and try not to box yourself in. The puddles do go away eventually, but they'll make things ugly for a bit, so maybe try to aim them in one direction and then do a big move after they're out. After the first 3 bosses, it's time to climb the hill towards Balkar Khan. This part you cannot skip with dragon riding, and going near the hill on a dragon will zoop you back quite a ways. I would just get on a normal ground mount just to be safe. Before the final boss, you'll fight Balara and Batak. Killing one will enrage the other, so probably kill them together. We didn't, but we had a druid spam de-enraging to get through the second one, and it might have been faster to just pull them together. Balara will charge towards a chosen player, everyone else get out of the way. She'll also toss Ravaging Spear to dodge. Batak does a frontal cone with Broad Stomp, watch out for that. These are all cute little previews of the big dude that we're about to fight. Our last boss has multiple phases. Fancy. His tank mechanic is Dual Strike, a bleed followed by a big physical hit. Mitigate that. In phase 1, he chucks his Iron Spear at a marked player and then charges towards the spear. Anyone in his path will take damage, so watch where he's going and scoot out of the way. Upheaval aims a cone towards a player, everyone out of that. On Mythic, you'll all have rings to spread out with too, so watch out for each other. At 60% health, Balkar Khan activates a set of Stormcasters and becomes immune. Dodge lightning and interrupt and kill the adds to end the phase. Once the adds are down, Balkar upgrades his abilities for phase 2. His spear is now a static spear, which grips the party in after it lands. Run out after that because he's still gonna follow it with a charge. His tank hit now does a magic dot and magic damage. The good news is that healers can now dispel the dot off. That's nice. The rings you get from Upheaval now hurt more and leave behind crackling clouds. You might need to move the boss if it gets too crowded. And that is the Nokhud Offensive. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to share your own tips for this dungeon in the comments and have a wonderful, wonderful day.